I want to welcome everybody to the introductory press conference of Kelsey Hogan, the new head coach of the women's basketball program here at UNH. Kelsey, a graduate of the Wildcat program and a graduate of the university in 2014, ranked number 2 in school history in free throw percentage. She handed out 375 assists in her career, which is ranked 4th all time. And she was a Wildcat from 2008 to 2014, 6 years, because she had to battle back from medical redshirt seasons in both 2008-9 and then 2009-10. Then she went on to become a captain, 3-time captain, in fact, of the Wildcats, and as a senior, named to the All-America East first team. That season, she ranked number 1 in the conference in free throw percentage and placed among league leaders in three-point field goal percentage, minutes per game, assists per game, three-pointers made, and points per game. Going back to her freshman year, Kelsey led the conference in assists per game at 4.1, also led the conference in three-point field goal percentage at 413. She paced the America East in three-point field goal percentage again her sophomore year, and then her junior year hit one of the biggest shots in school history, a buzzer-beating three-point field goal at Albany against Stony Brook in the quarterfinal round of the America East tournament. Kelsey earned dual degrees in psychology and kinesiology sports studies at UNH with a minor in education, and then received her master's in business administration from Southern New Hampshire University in 2018. Kelsey became an assistant coach under Maureen McGarity in 2014, shortly after her graduation, was promoted in August of 2019 to associate head coach, and became the interim head coach this past April when Coach McGarity left to go to Holy Cross. And then on Monday, August 10th, named the 7th head coach in program history. And now, to officially name Kelsey Hogan our head coach, I now bring in the Director of Athletics at UNH, Marty Scarano. Marty?
Thank you, Mike, and hello, everybody. It was with a great amount of pleasure and excitement that we want to announce Kelsey Hogan as the 7th head coach of our UNH women's basketball program. As Murph said, Kelsey has a long, long list of accolades, and for those of us that worked with her, and I had the unique privilege of knowing Kelsey from the time she showed up here as an 18-year-old from Nashua. But the fact of the matter is, this was an arduous, fully vetted national search. And when we sat down and talked about how to do this in these challenging times with COVID, we knew it was going to be very different, and it was going to be somewhat arduous to do all of this remotely. And I sat down with Coach Hogan, and we talked about it. And we talked about the fact that she is the interim head coach, as you all know. She's been here a long time with us. She's a renowned UNH alum and athlete. The fact of the matter is, though, I actually think that that was a detriment going into this search. And Kelsey was so impressive in how she conducted herself throughout this whole search. She took nothing for granted. She prepared as if she were a complete stranger to UNH. And frankly, she just did an unbelievable job of winning the day, if you would, with the search committee, with the student athletes, and with the administration. It is my distinct pleasure, and really I dare say I am very proud of Kelsey for achieving what she's done in becoming our 7th women's basketball coach. There are exciting times ahead. Many of the women in this program are here because of Kelsey and her recruiting prowess. This program will be very different. Kelsey Hogan made it very clear that she's going to do some things differently than her predecessor, Maureen McGarity. At her very soul, and the thing that really won the committee over, and I listened intently to, is at her heart, and I think she might mention this, there's a long legacy of teachers in her family. Kelsey Hogan is a teacher first and foremost. She's always going to have the student athletes' welfare and interest in mind, and she's going to teach them not only about the game of basketball, about life, and that is something we cherish dearly at UNH. So without further ado, joining a long and distinguished line of head coaches who are UNH alums, it's my pleasure to announce and introduce Kelsey Hogan as our 7th head coach for women's basketball. Kelsey, take it over.
Thanks so much, Marty. I appreciate everything that you've given me, gosh, as a student athlete and assistant coach, but now as the head coach. So thank you for this opportunity. Right off the bat, I want to thank John Danos, Michelle Bronner, and the rest of the hiring committee for believing in me also, and for this opportunity to continue to give back to a university and a program that means so much to me. I'm beyond honored to be named the head women's basketball coach at UNH. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity, and I'm very grateful for those that have supported me along the way and through this entire process. For me, right now, I want to call out a little bit of some of the people that I feel like I need to make sure they know that I appreciate all they've given me, because I'm very blessed to have the support system that I do have. So right now, off the bat, my big supporters, my partner Amy and my family, we all truly bleed blue. We do. So I want to just say a huge thank you for them, all their love and support, through this process, but also just through my whole time at UNH here. I've been fortunate to be a part of the Wildcat family as a student athlete and definitely as an assistant coach these past couple of years. I've established definitely some great, wonderful relationships that I'm excited to, nurture and continue to grow off of. And I just want them to know too, just how much I appreciate them moving forward and how excited I am to continue to be a part of the Wildcat family. A big shout out to the, UNH women's basketball alums for all their love and support. I couldn't be here without them either. And I just continue, I'm very grateful for the relationships I already have with them, but I'm just really excited even to build more relationships with them as well. This opportunity has been a dream for me. Played here, my playing days, I always wanted to eventually be the head coach here. It's been a dream opportunity for me. So I need to make sure, especially to owe and thank a lot to Maureen McGarity, for believing in me even as a student athlete, but giving my first opportunity of being a coach and a mentor too. Her mentorship over the years for me has been very impactful, and I thank her so much moving forward. I know she left a great legacy here, so I definitely have some shoes to fill, but I'm very grateful for her as well. I couldn't be more thrilled, to continue to represent this university that truly shaped who I am today. I'm excited to be the leader and move forward. I'm excited to continue to work with our student athletes. We have some really amazing young ladies on the team that I already am thrilled to work with, but I'm really excited to continue to build the future with them. Very confident in each and every single one of them. I think they all have bright futures here. And I think that us coming together, we can continue to build the bright future for this Wildcat program that I'm really excited about. So thank you very much.
So Kelsey, a few questions before we go. One is, what are the initial challenges now that you're at the helm? What is your initial plans, I suppose, as you take over?
Great question. I think right off the bat is definitely the COVID question. We're coming back with some precautions, safety precautions first. So my biggest thing moving forward is just making sure that our student athletes are connected and are feeling good about coming back to school and coming back to, build a program that I'm excited to build. So that's the number one thing, is just continuing to, cultivate, nurture those relationships that I already have with our student athletes. And during these hard times, just making sure that we're doing it all together, because we'll be stronger and better after all of this, for sure.
And people know you, they've seen you as a player and as assistant coach, but what will the head coaching style of Kelsey Hogan be?
For those of you that know me, I'm definitely a high energy coach, very passionate person. I'm a teacher first, as Marty talked about. I'm big on player development, both on and off the court. But more importantly, it's going to be the excitement, the passion. You're going to see it in everything that I do. So we're going to be exciting to watch. We're going to bring some more excitement back to the program and get, when we can, have fans back in the stands. But it's definitely bringing that excitement, that passion to the program all around, that I'm really looking forward to and excited about.
And for those young players who are thinking about becoming college basketball players, what is Coach Hogan looking for in a potential recruit?
I tell you, it's the Wildcat way. It's the tough, the gritty, the workers, for sure. They're going to see it with me, how I come and approach every single day, whether that's practice or in the office. I'm a worker, and so they're going to see it from their leader. I'm going to lead by example, even with being the servant leader that I am too for them. But we're going to work. We're going to be tough. We're going to be gritty, doing it the Wildcat way.
Coach Kelsey Hogan, congratulations. Thanks for being with us here. We look forward to the Kelsey Hogan era.
Thank you so much, guys. I'm really looking forward to it, and go Cats!